You know, when I get introduced to artists and I react to them and I start my journey into their discography and I learn more about them as a person, I really start to grow like a connection with them at some point. I don't think that was more evident than my Johnny Cash journey or my Elvis Presley journey. And, I just started my Toby Keith journey. So to say that my connection with him was up there with those two or some of the other journeys that I've been on, I would be lying. But, I mean, once I kind of get introduced to an artist and I like them, I just have a real deep appreciation for him. And, we were only one song into our Toby Keith journey, and the fact that he passed away yesterday at the age of 62, I believe, it's just sad. And I feel like even a couple of people told me in the comment section of the Toby Keith reaction that he was battling cancer. And it's just a bittersweet moment to I literally was just introduced to this guy again. Going back to my first reaction to him, I knew nothing about him. I never heard of him. When it comes to country music, I think I speak for a lot of black people. If it ain't Chris Stapleton, if it ain't Keith Urban, if it ain't Blake Shelton, Carrie Underwood, like we really didn't know too much country. And that's why I'm so happy and proud of what I'm doing here, in regards to kind of broadening my horizons on music and culture and everything. And, I'm not as good as I once was. It definitely was one of my favorite introduction reactions. I had such a good time. And so, again, just the fact that I think that reaction was a week and some change ago. And the fact that, we stand here today, February, 5th, 6th? February 6th, and he's gone. Just a real sad day. But, away from his music, away from anything else, one thing that I did take away from the comment section from the first reaction was that he was a good man, and he really was a staple in country music. In my research, I didn't read anything bad or him having some terrible criminal history or anything like that. And it's pretty evident on what we're about to react to. The song is called Courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue, The Angry American. I just want to say rest in peace to his fans and his supporters and his family and friends. My condolences. And here on our channel, every now and then we might get into something controversial or something quote unquote negative, but for the most part, we only want to just keep it positive and keep the love going. And so I say all of that to say we're here to celebrate. The beauty of being an artist, regardless of the form, whether you're a painter and whatever, is that your art lives on. Therefore, your voice and your impact lives on. And I'm just happy that something from him lives on that I could, now that I'm just now being introduced to him, I'm not missing anything. I get to enjoy his music and his art for what it is and what it was, and you know, his legacy will live on. So rest in peace to Toby Keith. We thank you, we love you here at the Mob, and I'm ready to get into this. Again, this is courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue, the Angry American. It's a music video. We'll do the song research afterwards, but let's go. Let's get into it.
American girls and American guys will always stand up and salute. We'll always recognize when we see your glory flying. There's a lot of men dead, so we can sleep in peace at night when we lay down our heads. My daddy served in the army, where he lost his right eye, but he flew a flag out in our yard till the day that he died. He wanted my mother, my brother, my sister, and me to grow up and live happy in the land of the free. Now this nation that I love is falling under attack. A mighty sucker punch came flying in from somewhere in the back. Soon as we could see clearly through our big black eye, man, we lit up your world like the 4th of July. Hey, Uncle Sam, put your name at the top of his list, and the Statue of Liberty started shaking her fist, and the eagle will fly, and it's gonna be here when you hear Mother Freedom start ringing her bell.
See. And look, there were a couple of other suggestions, but I mean, tell me, as I literally sat here and said, you know, I didn't read about anything negative about him, and I'm sitting here watching him perform for troops, I assume all around the world. I mean, come on. I mean, that tells me all I need to know. That tells me all I need to know. I mean, look at the faces of these beautiful, brave men and women fighting for us. They're happy to see them enjoying themselves. The impact his music had on them, you could just see it. It's bittersweet. It's bittersweet. But I'm loving everything about this song. I'm loving everything about this song.
It'll feel like the whole wide world is raining down on you. Brought to you courtesy of the red, white, and blue. Served and the battle will rage. This big dog will fight when you rattle his cage, and you'll be sorry that you mess with the U.S. of A. 'Cause we'll put a boot in your ass, it's the American way. Hey, Uncle Sam, put your name at the top of his list, and the Statue of Liberty started shaking her fist, and the eagle will fly, and it's gonna be hell when you hear Mother Freedom start ringing her bell, and it'll feel like the whole wide world is raining down on you. All brought to you courtesy of the red, white, and blue.
And I'm gonna assume, based off of the first verse, that this was probably written around 9/11. But let's see. Really enjoyed it. Beautiful. I mean, how could you not? At least appreciate the song? I love everything about it. Was written in late 2001. Yep. Oh, and was inspired by Keith's father's death in March 2001, as well as September 11th. It was released in May 2002 as the lead single from the album Unleashed. The song topped the Billboard Hot Country Singles and Tracks chart and reached number 25 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart, becoming his biggest solo hit on that chart. The reaction was so strong that the commandant of Marine Corps, James L. Jones, told Keith it was his duty as an American citizen to record the song. "It's your job as an entertainer to lift the morale of these troops," Jones said to Keith. "If you want to serve, that is what you can do." It's beautiful. Beautiful. In an interview in November 2003 with CBS, Keith gave his take on the song. "It wasn't written for everybody, and when you write something from your heart, I had a dad that was a veteran, taught me how precious our freedom is. I was so angry when we were attacked here on American soil that it leaked out of me. You know, some people wept when they heard it. Some people got goosebumps. Some people were emotionally moved. Some cheered, turned their fists in the air." Controversy. ABC invited Keith to sing the song on a patriotic special it produced in 2002. However, the host of the show, Canadian-born newsman Peter Jennings, requested Keith soften the lyrics of the song or choose another song to sing. Let me make sure I'm reading this right. This is exactly what it says on the screen. Y'all can look at the Wikipedia page for this song if you don't believe me. It specifically says, ABC invited Keith to sing the song on a patriotic special it produced in 2002. However, the host of the show, Canadian-born newsman Peter Jennings, requested Keith soften the lyrics or choose another song to sing. Now, I feel like I've heard the name Peter Jennings before. I definitely feel like I have. But just talk about not being on the same accord. So when they say ABC, I'm assuming the producer and the execs said, "Hey, Toby, we want you to perform that song here for our show." And the newsman or the host was like, "Nah, don't do that." And I'm going to assume, look, as somebody who works for a news show, I know that hosts, they have a lot, like, the host of a show is pretty much like, they almost kind of are the boss. Like, even though they're not, they don't sign checks. They don't, they don't necessarily oversee everything that's done. I mean, if the host of a show isn't comfortable, then you have no show. So it sounded like he had that type of clout to just walk up to Toby and say, "Hey, yeah, I know what my boss has told you to do, but don't do that. Do something else." Okay. Keith refused both requests and did not appear on the special. The rift gave the song a considerable amount of publicity, which led to many national interviews and public performances of the song. Wow. Wow. It looked like it's some more stuff, but again, we're not here to get into the controversies. We're here to celebrate this man and this song and want him to rest in peace. It went 4 times platinum here in the States. Wow. Yeah, we'll save the controversies for another day, but everything about this song was beautiful. As an American, you know, yeah, I 110% support it. You know, it's and when you just kind of consider what we're potentially about to get into, you know, in the Middle East, you know, it's and you consider the fact that we lost 3 servicemen and women from a bomb, you know, backed by Iranian militias. Yeah, it's war never really ends, but my love and support will always be with the American men and women who put down their lives to make sure that people like me can do what they do. And I'm just happy and proud that Toby created an anthem just for them. And just puts another feather in his hat for the type of guy that he was. And again, it's such a bittersweet moment because I'm happy I'm learning more about him, but hate it had to be under these circumstances. But thank you, Toby Keith. Thank you to the men and women who fight for this country. And that's all I got on this one. It got a little too emotional for me. Y'all let me know how y'all felt about this. If you have any personal meetings or experiences with Toby Keith, or if you've been to a concert, please drop it in the comments section. I definitely will read as much of them as I can. I'm really excited to see what some of you have to say about Toby and how his music or your experience with him impacted you. Yeah, that's all I got. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate y'all for watching. Again, rest in peace to the legendary Toby Keith. Until next time, peace.